American Season 4, Episode 17. Hate me now, y'all. It was a little slower than usual, but I actually liked it. I did, because we still got to see, we saw growth. We saw some changes happening with some of the characters. We saw some revelations, and I was like, ooh. And I think the thing that most surprised me was, it was like a huge surprise, but slightly surprised me, was the way that Spencer and Asher's conversation ended towards the end, which we're going to get to. Other than that, I feel like we've been going down this path this season where you can pretty much see where everyone's storyline is headed towards the end now. And this episode just kept up with that. We got some updates happening with where they're all heading, and I'm like, yes, it's clearing up. This finale is coming in clear, y'all, and I'm here for it. So let me know down below what you thought of this week's episode. Let's chat, y'all. I'm chilling right now with everybody, so let's go, y'all. We're gonna start with Coop and Patience, because Coop, look, I'm gonna say right now, I no longer have any negative feelings towards you. Right now, no. You was doing too much. I'm not gonna hold that against you anymore, because this comment, y'all, Chlorine, this, I lost it. I lost it. She said chlorine and she brought you the rainforest. This girl Coop, she's been coming with the jokes non-stop for weeks. It doesn't stop. So Patience and Coop, y'all, we met Sky a few weeks back. We could tell from the jump that she was feeling Coop. Sabine and Patience had that little kiss. Ain't lead nowhere though. But our girls are still living under the same roof. Our girls, look how far I've come. Come on. So they're still trying to navigate what this is, what this new relationship is between the two of them, you know? Trying to make it work as friends, trying to live under the same roof, and knowing that you're going to be meeting other people at some point because you're broken up. They didn't break up with the intention of getting back together down the line. So they thought, y'all, hold up, follow with me. Coop ends up calling Sky because Patience girl got these flowers from Sabine. She was like, oh, I gotta one-up her. Here's the thing with Patience girl though, because we saw how giddy she was when she first met Sabine. When Sabine pulled up to that house and she was like, oh my God, Sabine, right? Y'all remember that? Sabine's not even present right now, but Sabine sent her flowers, and this girl was just as excited to go thank Sabine and showing all this excitement, because Coop girl sitting right here. She gonna make her jealous. She know exactly what she doing, y'all. Yes, she do. So now Sky comes. Wait, because Sky did not get the memo, y'all. Sky basically put this girl on blast. She hit her up last minute. Why? Because she was trying to make Patience girl just as jealous. She was feeling a little jealous. Now she's trying to make Patience girl jealous. So she gonna hit up Sky and be like, yo, girl, you want to go out with me? And Sky girl, you know, we know she feeling her. So she was like, oh yes, I'm headed right on over there. I'll meet up with you, girl. So she made time for Coopy Coop. She go over there to go get her, right? Patience girl know what's up. That's why she looking like that. She knows that it's a game at this point between the two of them. Who can make who more jealous? And I'm sitting here looking like it's only a matter of time, y'all. This breakup, y'all, they're gonna have their little distractions for a little bit here, but they're gonna get back together. But before we get there, they need their distractions. Here comes Sky. So she go and she takes Sky to her spot. Her and Patience's spot. I said, that's tacky. So she takes her to the food truck spot. The dude ends up calling the girl by Patience's name because this is usually where they go. And then on top of that, the whole time, all she can do, the whole time, they weren't even there that long, but for the little bit of time that they were there, all she was talking about was Patience girl, right? Because she's still up in her heart. We know that. Sky girl, she not feeling that. So she was like, yo, I was okay with him calling me by someone else's name, but for you to sit here and talk about that same exact person, and we supposed to be on a date, and you call me last minute basically to make her jealous? Nah, buddy. So she dip out, right? Now, Coop comes back to the house. She puts the bag on the counter. Patience knows what's up. She knew you dipped out with that girl, and she sees that bag, and she was like, yo, hold up. Did she really just... You took her to our spot? I said, girl, yes, she did. Now it's just going too far. They're not fully over the breakup, y'all, and they still have love for each other, so they have to come to an agreement. Where is it okay for us to take dates to, because we are going to see other people, you know? We already know what this is going to be. Here's my thing. They made their agreement. They're cool with their decisions, and later on when Coop calls up Sky to meet up, to apologize, to see if she could get a second chance because she was kind of feeling her, she takes her to Slauson Cafe. They never, y'all, they never show us this food truck spot before, but they always had us up at Slauson Cafe with Coop and Paige. How was Slauson Cafe not put on the list of places not to go? That's why I ain't understanding. Although they never had the best of times up in there. We know there were several times where they was having conversation and Cooper be on her phone, Picture Girl trying to talk to her and she ignoring her. But still, they were there together. You know, that was the spot that they went on dates. Many dates. I think they went on many dates there. And she took this girl, Sky, to Slauson Cafe. Sky comes back and Coop is apologizing. I was like, I knew she was gonna come back, y'all. She was upset before. She was annoyed, but she feeling her. And so she gonna give you another chance, girl. You better don't mess it up this time. She's apologizing, saying, you know, I don't know who that girl was before, but that was not me. That was her. I don't know why she trying to front. That definitely was her. Right now, she is interested in Sky. I can tell that she finds Sky cute. She finds Sky attractive. So she's gonna give it a chance. And they're not together, her and Patience. So it's totally fine for both of them to want to move on or to try to move on. And that's what they're doing right now. But here's my thing. I'm shocked that these words are about to leave my mouth because y'all know I was pushing so hard for this breakup. I was like, Patience, girl, get out, get out, get out. It's time to go. I've realized over the last few weeks that and it's been a slow realization, you know, and I thought hard and long about this. Patience and Coop Patience and Coop are in game, y'all. Wait, these are my feelings. I feel like they are in game because the love is not dead and we can clearly see that they still have feelings for each other and they're gonna try to make it work with these other people, even if they do have feelings, deep feelings for these other people, which I highly doubt it'll get that deep because of the love that they still have for each other and the love that will always be there between the two of them. That being said, they'll see these other people for some time, whether it's just one of them in another relationship or both of them end up getting in a relationship with someone else. And at the end of the day, they're still gonna end up together. And it's just, they need some time right now because they need time to grow and to be on their own because they've been together since, they've been together for a long time at this point, y'all. Back from high school days when that girl Coop was still going to school. And they were young then. Even back then, this was her first real relationship where she could truly be herself, Coop. And for Patience girl, she hadn't had many relationships before this one as well. I think for them, it was, yeah, you love this person, you're both learning and trying to grow together in this relationship, but sometimes you have to do that on your own to truly discover who you are. And they both can still see that the love is still there between the two of them right now, but they need this time to grow as individuals so that way they can put that love back together, because I really do see them getting back together at the end of the day. That's it. Sky and Coop, it will be a cute moment. Paige and Sabine, such a cute moment. But I can admit, I hear wedding bells. We have Ash, y'all. And he gets an assignment from Coach Montez. He has to do a scouting report. I said, okay, Ash, I see you. He's been growing on me over the last few weeks, y'all. This week here, he was still trying to step his game up. He said, I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta do what it takes so I can be full on coaching status, you know? And that's what he was trying to achieve that this week. He said, I'm going to take this assignment. I'm going to run with it. But the assignment involves him doing a scouting report on his boys, Spence. Particularly, y'all. And this boy Spence, we've seen what Spence has been going through over the last few weeks since coming to college. This boy, he been really struggling. He's been having some ups and downs, a lot of downs. And he's talking to Ash, not only Ash, but he's talking to all his homies, you know, pretty much about how he feels being on the field. He thinks, oh, but if this is like a fluke or something, you know, you don't want to get your hopes up too high because you don't know if it's going to be taken away. And Ash takes what Spence is saying, you know, how Spence is feeling about being on the field. He's not too sure of himself, and he uses that for his report. Especially after speaking to Papa Billy, y'all, who told him, you know, you have to dig more into the psyche. It's not all about the physical of the player, because that's what it was for him at first. He was just doing all these stats on the physical. After talking to Papa Billy, he realized he had to dig deeper, which is why he took what Spence was saying And he used that to his advantage. He put that all up in his report. It was all up in there, y'all. He had a whole essay going on. I said, dang, he went in. And Spence realized he went in because he came back and he read it. And I said, personal property, my man, come on. I know it's open, but you couldn't even see that unless you was all up in there. I only saw it because they zoomed in for us, and I saw a piece, and he was over there. He was like this. He gets upset. Understandable, you know, understandable in the sense that you're reading something about you that is not the best thing. It's coming across pretty negative because it's about your flaws. Ash walks in, he sees, yo, you looking all up in my stuff and we supposed to be homies? That ain't cool, man. Spence, he just tight. He don't even care that he done went all up in the boy stuff. He was like, yo, I tell you some stuff about me, how I'm feeling. You won't use it like this against me for your own personal gain? I said, yeah, he did. He did. And Ash said, yeah, my man. And also, Papa Billy was the one that told me to. I said, he ain't really worded like that, but he did push you to dig deeper. And he told him that he had already sent it to Coach Montez. I said, Ash. Yo, look at Ash, y'all. He said, well, I already did. I said, yo. He don't care. He don't care. He got his woman. He up here looking good in Coach's eyes. My man on the come up. Spence was tight. Spence goes back to Papa Billy. Yo, side note to y'all. Grandpa Willie house, GW, which is now Papa Billy and Mama Laura's house. That house be getting a lot of action now. That house get action all the time. Yo, they was all up in that house. Y'all be looking forward to see who coming through them doors next. So he go over there. He talking to him about it because he's like, yo, you put him up to this. And Papa Billy's like, no, I told him he has to dig deeper because it's his job. It's what he's supposed to do. And that's something that you now know. It's a flaw of yours. It's something you know. You need to own it and work on correcting it and work on just becoming better. Work on yourself. I said, yes, Papa Billy, come on. My man be over here. Yo, he just be chilling up in them chairs over there up in that house, just spitting knowledge. And so he took that. He said, all right. Side note too. Another side note, yo. This fit my man's had on, the collar. No, I'm not taking it. I said, why they didn't took that collar? He looked like, I don't know where they were trying to go with that. Make him look cool or something, but that collar clocked up there. No, I was not feeling it, man. Him and the collar get back to the house, right? The beach house, and they go to see Ash. He's sitting there talking. I'm like, oh, okay, they about to make up, make nice. That's really what I thought. He was not feeling it. He was like, yo, I understand. It's your job. You did what you had to do. I'm not even gonna knock you for it. You did what you had to do. But we can't be homies right now. You and JJ stay on your side. Me and Joe gonna stay on our side. Y'all, this is not going to end well. I don't see. It's supposed to be until homecoming because they have the game against each other. We're just gonna let it go, and I ain't gonna hold it against you. It's gonna have to be like this for the time being. I see the time being for a long time, a very long time, because they're both upset. Even the look that Ash gave after Spence, because he thought he was about to be forgiven, and Spence was just like, yeah, no, and walked off. My man Ash looked hurt. But at the same time, we know Spence is hurt because he was putting out how he really was feeling about himself to his friends. The friendship, I see it being fractured. The friendship is going to be hard to put back together. Here's my thing, y'all, because Spence put it out there how he was feeling. Yes, this is Asher's job. You know, this was the assignment he was given to do this scouting report. But you wouldn't have... Wait, because I literally just had a conversation with someone regarding the situation with Jordan and Liv. I feel like I'm contradicting myself right now talking about this situation between Spence and Ash compared to that situation. Alright, I might have to go back to that person and change what I said. Back to Spence and Ash though, right here. Spence put it out there how he was feeling to his friends. You know, Asher wouldn't have had that information. Oh, karma's gonna come for me. Ash would not have had that information had he not put it out there. He wouldn't have known how Spence was really feeling about being on the field, about college life in general, you know, playing football in college. He wouldn't know none of this if him and Spence were not friends. And Coach Montez knows this, hence why he gave him the assignment, which Ash understands why he gave it to him, because they're friends. Not only are they friends, they're roommates. So they're pretty close to each other. So he was like, yo, you gonna get this done? If not, I'm gonna give it to somebody else. He said, nah, I could do it, coach, because he really want that job. You know, he can't play, so he might as well talk from the sidelines. If you were going to use it, which you did end up using it, you could have just let him know that this was gonna come out. Whether he was okay with it or not, once he read what it was you were going to turn in, you still could have let him know that you were using information that he told you in confidence. You could have told him that you were using that information. I mean, he didn't do that, y'all. So I do feel like this is kind of on Ash. Hence, he was right to be upset, you know. God, watch who your friends are. For him to want to take some space now from them, I'm like, yeah, man, you need to do that. You just work on yourself. Work on making yourself better, you know, building up that confidence again. And you gonna be straight. Ash doing what he gotta do. You gotta be like that. You gotta be cutthroat like Ash. Just do what you gotta do, man. I think the friendship is gonna take a little hit there for a little bit. Not even gonna lie. I think so, y'all. Speaking of hit friendships, let's talk about Jordan Spence, y'all. Spence, we seen at the top of the app. My man's, he done moved on up, moving on up. Come on. He done made his way. My man is on the field. Spence is out here trying to make some moves too. Was doing an interview and he called this boy Wade. I said, he don't know yet what's going down between Wade and his girl. He gonna find out soon though. He called this boy Wade the best QB in the country, and that boy Jordan was standing right there. He didn't even care. I know he knew Jordan was over there standing over there with Papa Billy. That boy Jordan stood there and was like, best QB in the country. I said he said that just now. Jordan, I'm glad you caught that. Jordan was hurt. He was hurt. He took it to his daddy about it. I said, Dad, Papa Billy, you're not helping calling him baby boy. That's just coddling rape. Coddling. Stop. Billy trying to help his baby boy out too. He talking to him. I said, look, yo, come on. Where were these parents way back when these kids over here struggling up in high school? Now they in college. They basically grown. And now y'all really want to be there for them? Let me stop with the shade. He giving advice back up in Crenshaw. He traveling all the way up to the school to give advice. Let's go, Papa Billy. So he talking to Joy. He letting him know, you just need to work on you, son. You do that. So Joy gets to the house. When Spence is in there talking to the guys about how he's feeling, he's throwing shade because he heard the comment. You got something you want to say? I said, oh, the bros. They get into it a little bit because Spence, he wasn't feeling Wade before, and now you call him the best QB. And Joy, you know, y'all supposed to be bros. So he feels hurt by the fact that not only are you calling this dude the best QB, but that dude was he kicked him off the private jet, kicked him off the trip to Vegas, and now you're just all buddy with him, you know? He wasn't feeling that. He wasn't feeling the brotherly love there. So he leaves out upset. Everyone was basically struggling this episode, y'all, and I was loving it too. I said, yeah, y'all giving me drama. Let's go. But unlike Spence and Ash, I see Jor and Spence working it out a lot sooner. They about to be making up by next episode, y'all. They gonna be good. So Jor, you know, while he's still in his fields, he go find his girl, right? My bad. He go find Lele, and she chilling up in her room. She over here. She writing away. She trying to write. And this led us to Carrie. We're not even gonna act like we didn't see both of them perk up just a little bit when they saw each other. Not even gonna act like it, because we did. So he come up in there and he realizes what it is. I said, how you just picking up the girl papers and reading them? They don't know how to respect personal space up in here, personal property up in here. They're not good at that. So he's reading. He realizes it's to Carrie. She hasn't gone to see Carrie yet. You knew she wasn't gonna go without you. Don't even try front. He ends up telling her, let's go, we out. I was like, he trying to get away from his stuff too, because he ain't trying to be here, which they worked that out so well. For him to have this issue come up with Spence and for him to want to get away. The beach house, they both lived there. He ain't trying to be up in there. Not really trying to be up at his old house either. Come on, girl, let me go on this road trip with you. I'll meet you in the car. I said, yeah. He spends most of the road trip talking about his own problems while she's sitting there just trying to figure out what to say to Carrie. Trying to figure it out. She's not able to do so because he was talking the whole time. So George stops talking about himself long enough to, I mean, not even try to play him. But he did. He stops talking long enough about himself to figure out that this girl has not even let Carrie know that she's not on her way, but she basically here. So he was like, you wanna not surprise the girl that tried to not only take her life, but take your life? I said, yeah, Lele, girl, listen to him. She ends up hitting up Carrie. Carrie's so excited to see her. Oh my gosh. They gotta kill some time, right? The throwback to this football game, y'all, I lost it. The cutest thing, because yeah, she's there for her own stuff, but she sees and knows that he's struggling. I mean, he just spent the last few hours talking about it. But she wants to help him the same way that he's been helping her this entire time. She wants to be of some sort of help to him. Help him with his confidence. So they get out there to play this game with the YMCA people. The smiles, the laughs, my girl catching the throw. I said, look at them out here having the time of their life. Look at them out here, y'all. Take me back to the bench. For a minute, I was like, just look at them sitting on this bench. No distractions. They don't have distractions even when they're home because no one knows what is up between the two of them. Not a single soul back home. But just look at them here, away from home, out in the open, chilling together and being there for each other right now. I was like, my heart, stop it, y'all. Come on with the cuteness. So telling him, you know, wasn't that great out there on the field, being able to play, and, you know, just reminding him of the kind of player that he is. My man's, he wasn't too affected by what they just did out there. He was like, you know, that wasn't a competition for me against these players. I was like, bro, don't be trying to knock. Don't knock the YMCA players like that. Before she could continue her conversation, Carrie texted. I was hurt because I'm like, Lele girl is over here checking on him now. Like, she's making sure he's good. She's trying to make him feel better. And this girl, Carrie, didn't interrupt this. Now, it done flipped. And now I'm making sure she feel good. You know, he's like, don't worry. I'm right here. He grabbed the hand, y'all. I said, yes. Fine. He goes to talk to Carrie. The way you see the emotions build up on our girl. Her emotions were, they slow. It was such a smooth transition from her just out here playing football, y'all. She was out here having the time of her life on this football field. On the grass. She was on the grass, wasn't a field. She was out here having the time of her life on that grass with her man. Sorry, Jor. They were over there living it up. And she came back. She was checking on him. Carrie, then it's like, oh my gosh, she's really here. It was a little anxious, you know, a little anxiety there for her. And then now you're having this actual conversation with the girl who tried to take your life. And to see that transition of my girl building up to them tears, I said, yo, come on, Greta. Come on. Wait, okay, so she is talking to Carrie, and Carrie's apologizing. I'm so sorry for what I did, but you were an amazing friend to me, Layla. You actually saved me. And Lele girl, she was hurt because her mom is a big part of who you are. That's half of who you are. Not having her dad in her life because he was always on the road, so she never had something constant in her life that was just there for her. And then on top of that, she said her boyfriend being unfaithful to her, y'all, which I said, she's talking about Asher. That's exactly where my mind went. And yes, Asher cheated on her. Asher slept with someone else. Lele girl, she did kiss someone, but that's it. She kissed someone and then immediately went and told him. I wasn't immediate because it was like the next day, but she still went soon after and told this boy that she kissed someone else, and he was perfectly fine with it. Like, he was just like, oh no, it's okay, because he was going through his own stuff at the time too, and he cheated first. But talking to Carrie is bringing up all these emotions for her, is bringing up all these things that she's had to deal with in the past, because when Carrie came into her life, she really thought she was helping someone. She really thought she had someone who would be there for her as well, that she not only was helping, but was helping her in a sense. And that's not what it turned out to be. Someone who was supposed to be that constant in her life, who she felt was going to be that constant in her life. Not only did she lose that person, but she almost lost herself. So her seeing Carrie now, she's getting closure. She's getting that healing that she's needed for so long and that she's been putting off because she hasn't really dealt with or faced those problems head on. Carrie did need someone in a sense. Carrie needed the Springs facility. That's why she had to go back. Layla can only do so much. And to not have that person telling you that not only did you save their life because Carrie would have taken her life, she would have taken Layla's too. I was like, girl, don't even. Not only did you save their life, but you know, a big part of where they're at right now in their life is because of the compassion that you show them, the friendship, and you just being there for them. And there are many people in your life who care about you, people who will always be there for you, people who you mean something to them. This girl Carrie goes in this whole spiel about what Lele means to people, and for her to know that she has someone there for her. And my girl looks off to the side, and it was the side where Jor was. I saw his shirt in the back. I said, look at them. Look at them. Y'all, she is having this whole conversation, this whole deep, serious conversation, you know, emotional conversation, tears are flowing from her lately, because so many emotions are going through her right now. A sense of anger, a sense of hurt, a sense of vulnerability and betrayal in a sense. It's like a weight was lifted off of this girl's shoulders, y'all. And to have all of this running through you and to stop and look off and see the person who really has been there and is still there, because he's sitting right there, to see him just sitting there waiting for you for when you need him. That was so beautiful, y'all. I said this girl is going to leave this conversation with this girl who made her feel like she was all she really had, you know, that she was all she could really turn to. She's gonna leave this convo and walk right on over, wipe up them tears, because she already started wiping them sniffles, walk right on over to Jor, who has truly been who she's always had. We're going places, let's go. So she wraps things up with Carrie. Her and Jor, we going home now? Nope, trip ain't over. They went to that movie, y'all. This is what I love too. I said this before. I was like, yo, they always show us how much they know each other, how well they know each other. Because we got the little childhood memory of them watching this same movie with the fort, which they better give me back. I'm not playing. They better give me another tent moment with Jordala. I don't even care, y'all. So they go to this movie and they are sitting there talking to each other about their day. He got the closure she needed. And she's like, this girl said, there's a lot of people that I owe apologies to. No, she does not. Y'all, who? Who? Please let me know who. Because I was stumped. I said, girl, I don't think so. No. No. Yeah, no. There's no one. But your thank you, though, that you was giving to Jor? She said, but to you, I owe a thank you. I said, that one, yeah, that one's right. That's correct. You can go ahead and give it to him. And the shot of them from the back, y'all, with the little screen up, they stayed and watched a movie. They did not go home. Mind you, it's like a 3-hour drive back home and it was already nighttime. Why are they doing this? Why are they doing this to me? We're going places. Look, at this point, they know they have each other. And in the sense that the other is always going to be there for them. No matter how hard you try to push them away or how much you try to block them out, that ain't happening on both ends, you know? You can no longer hide how you're really feeling, what you're really going through. So the second y'all talk, the second y'all see each other, it's over. It's over. Whatever issues you're going through, it's going to be dealt with, you know? And that's what I love, because you want to see that continue to grow more and more with them. And I'm like, yes! Yes, especially after next week. Yes. Bolivia, let's go. Our people, what was that? We know they haven't been having much time for each other. They each have a lot of things going on. And they've been trying to make these lunch dates work, but lunch dates have been struggling. We've seen they've really been struggling. So they were like, oh, let's go on a picnic. And them at the house are getting everything together. They're just making small talk, you know, while they're packing up. They head out. Wait, it was them playing the song, well, the music from 4-6 as they were walking out with the handhold.
What do you say we don't talk about football or my NIL article today?
My bad. What is football?
Scott.
Whoa. Let me get that for you.
Oh, so chivalrous. I hope you packed more where that came from.
Y'all, my heart.
I should get going.
Why? My mom's not gonna be home for another hour.
But it didn't lead to the same results. It did not. Y'all, they go on this picnic. It is the most awkward thing. I think I've probably seen something a little more awkward than this, but this is definitely up there. The fact that they barely had anything to talk about, because they had already decided beforehand not to talk about football, not to talk about her article, journalism in general, like their main things that they have going on right now. We're not gonna talk about that. We definitely have other stuff to talk about, right? No. My thing is, because the conversation switched over to food, they both got each other something. You got me something, I got you something too, boo. She finds out he's not eating sweets right now because of football. He finds out she's no longer drinking whole milk. She switched to oat milk. He made a big deal about them not knowing each other's diet changes, which is because that's what really made it awkward, y'all, was after the fact when they're just sitting there And then he's like, you want to drink that? And then she's like, no, you can have it, and gives it to him. And then he's like, oh, here, you can have this. And then they're just sitting there. And then it's the slow pan out of them still just sitting there. My thing is, how do they not have nothing to talk about, y'all? I was like, that don't sound right. It ain't sound like nothing because they wasn't putting nothing out there. You got Jen. You as a sponsor overall. Spence, what's happening with Lil Dude, man? You got Mama Grace and her relationship. Like, how's it going with her? How's it going with Papa Billy and Mama Laura? There's so many other things, you know. Classes. Just talk about classes. Forget the sports aspect. Forget the journalism aspect. How's classes going for you, boo? Nothing. They gave us nothing. I said no. No. Get back to the house, right? He finds out she has a little lunch date coming up with her homies from the LA Tribune. They about to get together. He ain't know nothing of it. He was feeling a little kind of way because they weren't connecting earlier on this little lunch date. And now you're finding out that she's meeting up with her friends. You haven't even met her friends. You don't even know she had this many friends. And he wanted to go. I was not feeling how he was trying to push his way onto this date. I know he wanted to spend time with her. He did that, and she said, oh, you know, I would love for you to be there. You can come. Y'all, he's just sitting there. He's literally just sitting there and trying to throw his 2 cents in every chance he gets because he's hearing things about her. The fact that she likes jazz music. It's not even something that's crazy big. She likes jazz. Okay, it's something new that has come up for her that she enjoys. And it wasn't much other stuff outside of that he had learned. It was the jazz and it was the oat milk. That was it. My man was acting like his whole world was crumbling. Don't even come for me. He was doing too much here for me. He was acting like his whole world was coming down because this girl had 2 things that really changed for her. So he said, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. He dipped. He ain't go to no bathroom. He went chilling up in her room, right? Of course she's gonna come look for him. He ain't never come back from the bathroom. This place ain't that big. So she go up there, she find him, and he's like, he's moping. He's moping. Don't you feel like we're drifting from each other? And she's like, what? I mean, he's like, I didn't even know that you no longer drink whole milk and that you like jazz. And she said, well, yeah, a little bit, but my man's, I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go. Go, Spence. Go. He was doing too much for me. He was doing too much for me because you sat here. Yeah, y'all had a little awkward thing that happened earlier today on your picnic. It wasn't the best. But then you proceeded to invite yourself to her lunch date with her friends. You leave the lunch date. She has to come find you. And now you're putting out these feelings, which is something y'all could have talked about later. You know, if you really felt this kind of way, y'all could have talked about this later, after the party. You should have just went home after the date and then met up with her later because you would have been feeling some kind of way. It's new friends that you're meeting. It's her work friend. So, of course, you'll probably have some differences from how she is on the regular as to how she is at work because it's a completely different group for her at work of people. And you push yourself on this lunch date and then you feel some kind of way. You go upstairs, you throw this on her and expect her to now go back and have the time of her life with her friends? No. I know this was on her mind that whole time. So he comes back to the house later, y'all. She walks in there and my man is pulling to say anything. He got the boombox up over his head, the collar still up, and he's just standing there. And it was cute. It was a cute moment, but it was very cheesy. It was so cheesy. Here's what I loved. I loved that he had his little notepad and he started asking her these questions to get to know her. And it was so cute because he wants to know everything about her. You know, he wants to know the little changes, but I don't mind that. And I feel like this would have been, had the whole party thing never happened and it just went to this, I would have completely loved that. That whole party thing with him getting there, inviting himself, and him going upstairs moping. No, scratch that out of my mind. But this right here, I'll take this. My man's is sitting here with a little notepad. Her I love you. It took me back to them in front of the car after their date, and my man said, I'm so in love with you. I was like, look at her just throw it out there because she does love him. I love you. My man gave her the kiss on the arm, y'all. I said, stop. My heart can't take this. I can't take it. But the fact that they want to know these things about each other. They want to know the changes that go on in your life, and they don't want the awkwardness there, you know. The fact that we didn't have nothing else to talk about, it was a little slip up for them because they do have so much other stuff going on. And a lot of the times over the last few weeks, their conversations has mostly been about this stuff, because this has been the biggest things going on for them and the biggest things that have been affecting their relationship over the last few weeks. But at the end of the day, that love that they have for each other, that love is so strong. That love, it runs deep, you know, and they don't want to miss out on the little things with each other, which is why he was really so hurt by it. Because yeah, it seems like a really small thing. Now that I'm saying that too, I can understand why it was so awkward earlier a little bit up on that little hill in the park. I still wasn't taking it though. But it's the little things. He doesn't want to miss out on the little things because he is so in love with her, and the same for her, you know. But she just had so much other stuff that she was, even during the day, you know, she had her meet up with her friends, which is why she wasn't too focused on everything that was going on. I think he just had a lot more focus on it because he's already been feeling down on himself. He's already been struggling on the field a little bit. He's been struggling with who he is a little bit more. And to now have this come up with you and your girl, that's not something you want to happen when so much other stuff for you is already shaken a bit. So Spence, I'm gonna cut you some slack, my man. I really am gonna cut you some slack, but we gotta do better. Gotta do better, because that right there, that was not it, sir. Y'all, next week though, y'all know I'm about to be hyped. Y'all know I'm about to be hyped. Y'all either gonna see me really excited or see tears coming down my face. Either way, you're gonna see me. So thank y'all for watching. That's the end of this week's video, and I'm gonna see y'all next time. Peace.